This video is sponsored by your midlife crisis. Unsure what to do? Stuck in a rut? Just go bowling. You'll figure it all out in the alleyway. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us again. I am Mustard's human employee, now with health insurance, actual pay, working on it. But nonetheless, that's for a whole nother time. We have the pleasure of being joined with...
This is Shawn Berman.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. How are you doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's our pleasure. So, for those of you who don't know who you are, you want to explain a little bit more about what you do?
Yep. I'm the editor over at The Daily Drunk. We've been around for about 3 years now, and we are a magazine that hosts and publish a bunch of pop culture writing. So anything to do with like movies, TV, video games, music, you name it, wrestling, all that good stuff. We're the place, we're the one-stop shop for all your great pop culture stuff.
That's awesome. When did you get the idea for the Daily Drunk and the name itself?
Yeah, we've been around for about 3 years now, and I've been wondering before then for a few years if I wanted to start some sort of magazine. I've always liked writing, and I've always been drawn to pop culture and everything about it. And my wife was like, "You got to do it. You got to do it. You've been talking about it for so long." So I was like, "All right." I didn't know anything, so I just had this basic WordPress site with nothing to do, and I made a Twitter, and we started getting some followers. We started getting a little community going, and from there we've just been having a lot of fun. And that's kind of like where the name The Daily Drunk comes from. I just kind of want to have fun with it. Remember that writing is supposed to be, it doesn't have to be so serious, you know what I mean? It's supposed to be for you, and it's supposed to, if you can have fun with it and laugh about it, just want to have a good time. Because when we started during the pandemic, it was pandemic this and everything. And it's like, want to get your mind off of that sort of stuff. And what better place to do it than reading poems about Stone Cold or poems about Adam Sandler?
Yeah, and you're a big Adam Sandler fan. That's been noted, because before I became a human employee for a condiment bottle, I used to submit stuff to Daily Drunk, and you've always loved the Sandman. Do you have a favorite Sandman movie? That's probably a loaded question.
That's really tough. I mean, where do you start? Big Daddy is probably one of my favorite ones by him, or
that's a classic.
Or Billy Madison. You really can't.
Classics.
What about you?
No. I would definitely say Big Daddy, and then I'm trying to think. Big Daddy, and I think Happy Gilmore.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think Happy Gilmore. Yeah. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. And then one of them was, if I had to choose between the three, probably Big Daddy.
Yeah. I mean, you really can't go wrong.
Big Daddy's No. So you focus a lot on pop culture. You mentioned like wrestling, and so when it comes to writing, you usually do like prompts and things like that, and then they just submit it over to you?
Usually we have like a lot of prompts, like say for 1 week, we just recently did like a Studio Ghibli week. So I'll make like a prompt on Twitter and like, hey, for the next week or so, I want to read any sort of writing that has to do with Studio Ghibli. So like anything Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, and then we'll get like a bunch of submissions, and I'll read them all through, and then we'll put something together, and it's a lot of fun, and it's just to see how people respond to that.
No, that's awesome. And Studio Ghibli is definitely one of those big franchises too. It's a world in itself. So that's awesome. And then how does the submission process work?
Yeah, usually we'll get an email from someone who wants to send us something. Anything under like 500 words, we're not really picky, you know. We try to create like a welcoming environment. I don't care how you send the poem or the piece of writing. You can just paste it in there or send a screenshot for all I care. We just want to read some good stuff.
No, that's awesome. And I'm going to go back to what you said earlier about, writing should for you, it doesn't have to be serious all the time. And Mustard recently, because we recently just partnered up to a music shelf, which is really cool. And Mustard learned more about humans from the poems that, and the writing that they read on from the Daily Drunk, which was really nice.
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm glad Mustard's finally coming to his own and realizing what humans are capable of.
Yeah,
It just
yeah,
this partnership is going to be really good. I believe for
yeah,
you
no,
guys.
yeah, no, we're excited to do more, and share more with you guys, promote you guys, and vice versa. So, but you're like a noted film buff. You have your letterbox and everything where people can go check out your reviews. When it comes to music in a movie, is there like something specific that you're looking for that makes the movie better through the sound? Like what
Yeah,
do you look for?
that's a good question because music is a lot like I picture it a lot like writing for me. So I want to feel good. I want something that gives me a lot of big emotions, whether that's sad, happy, angry. And I want a song. I want that perfect needle drop that I'm in the moment. I'm like, I want to go, hell yeah. That's what I'm looking
Yeah.
for. So a lot of those movies are movies that I'll watch with friends and family. And a lot of these movies don't take themselves seriously. I think one of the perfect soundtracks for me is probably like Guardians of the Galaxy. And
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
as soon as it opens up, you get that big needle drop, and it's a lot of energy, high action, high fun, and I think that's what really makes a good soundtrack. Things that evoke feeling, like, and it doesn't even need to be like a song; it could be a score, right? So something like
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, and you get
Yeah.
that shot coming up, the gates are opening, you get all those coming in. I think that's what makes a good music soundtrack.
It's definitely the emotion behind it. One of the soundtracks that really surprised Mustard and I was the Despicable Me soundtrack from their latest movie. Like it was just like all feel good bops, and I was like, holy crap! It took us by surprise. And then score definitely. Jurassic Park, I think, is like a perfect example. Like just you said it, and visually, like I already knew where we were, and then. Like horror wise, like the Halloween movies, like because you're a big horror fan too. Those soundtracks do a really good job of getting that emotion.
And it's kind of cool, like when you can put on like the Halloween theme song, and automatically you'll get like in a spooky season vibe. You know what I mean? It's a good soundtrack will do that. It will put you in the right space, the right mindset, and you're just like ready to go. You're like, hell yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Disney is noted for always having, good music. Do you have like a favorite Disney soundtrack that you would like just casually go and listen to?
Oh yeah. Probably The Lion King.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I can't wait to be king. That's a banger for sure.
It is. Yeah. I think for me, so I've been trying to learn a language like on and off like these past couple of years. And for the longest time, I've been trying to learn Japanese. And I found the soundtrack of Let It Go in like 60 different languages from Frozen. And Let It Go in Japanese is phenomenal. Like it's really good in all the other languages too. But I've been really inconsistent about that. But yeah, there's just something about a good score, a good soundtrack. Do you like the Shrek soundtrack, the original Shrek soundtrack at all?
Oh yeah, that's. I think you got to go to like something like I don't know, like Star Wars, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with something like that. It's so iconic. That Jaws, you immediately recognize where it's from.
That's true, and that's so powerful in itself as well.
The
music.
Sorry. Soundtracks have like a way of doing that. You remember where you were, who you were with, and it just really like it brings out the good memories that you have associated with everything.
Definitely. No, that for sure. And speaking of good memories, we're both big wrestling fans. I got my Sami Zayn shirt on. You got your Stone Cold hat on. Growing up, Stone Cold was my favorite. Oh, yeah. Do you have any like favorite wrestling theme songs?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, obviously, you can't go wrong with Stone Cold, right? As soon as you hear like the glass shatter, you know who's coming. The Texas Rattlesnake is coming down the ramp, ready to kick some ass. Probably The Rock is up there too. What about you?
Definitely Stone Cold. I feel like, especially with Stone Cold, because he has that moment, that glass shattering, and I feel like nowadays that's kind of missing with a lot of the themes. But honestly, Stone Cold, I think as a kid, Ass Man was really funny because it's like, oh, he's saying ass, but he's also letting you know like who he is.
He's the ass man.
Gold Dust, I thought his theme was always really cool. I'm trying to think of what else. I'm a big fan of all of Triple H's music.
Oh man, I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah,
my mom would get so pissed at me when Triple H's theme song would come on. I'd run to the kitchen, grab a thing of water, and I'd just spray the water in the air.
Yeah,
Shawn, would you stop it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, all of them. The Game, King of Kings, the Evolution theme.
Yeah.
Edge is good.
Edge is really good. I know
Randy Oh, sorry, you go.
Yeah, that's funny you said that. I was just watching like a documentary on Edge and his theme song when he was like, on this day. It's still really gets you so hyped up.
Yeah. And then I think this theme's a little underappreciated, but like Christian's like At Last theme, when he had like the opera mask and everything, that one was really good. Randy Orton's Burning My Light.
That's good.
He I know he like hates that theme song personally, but I think it's still a good track.
Yeah, an underrated one is probably like, how about Shane McMahon? That's kind of fun.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. You can't listen to it without doing like the
little shimmy.
The little shimmy that he does. Yeah. Are there any current themes now that like have been sticking out to you?
You know, it's
between WWE or AEW or wherever.
I think Roman Reigns' current theme kind of like goes back to like that Attitude Era day that we both of us really, really enjoy. It's like that very iconic, high sound and like high energy, really zoned in, and he means business when he comes out with it too.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I've heard definitely Roman Reigns. I'm a sucker for Sammy. I'm so glad that they brought the Scott theme back for him. But Roman Reigns is definitely one of my favorites because I've seen people compare it to the Secession theme song, and now that they said that, like I can't not see it, and it goes so well too with the whole like bloodline storyline and dynamic. But yeah, Roman, Sammy, honestly, Jinder Mahal's like first theme when he was like world champ and everything. That theme is really good.
Good one.
I'm trying to think of some other ones. Oh, Solo Sikoa's theme.
Yeah.
That one's pretty good. The Uso, like, okay, maybe there are some.
There are some bangers today for sure.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think of AEW wise, like they've got good music too, but I just haven't been in tune with it as much recently.
Yeah, it's funny because I started watching AEW again a few years ago when it came out, and I guess CM Punk when he was still there. Long live that run that he had. But when I first heard Cult of Personality blasted to the TV, I lost my shit. I was like, this is awesome. He's back.
Yeah.
It's too bad they couldn't make that work, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because there's so many different sides of the story, of, like what's published and everything. It's like it's so hard to like, I'm like not necessarily like choose a side because Punk's good business, good money.
Yeah,
but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, Cult of Personality when he returned, that was massive.
That was a huge pop. I remember that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Cody Rhodes' theme has been getting stuck in my head.
You know what? I really like that.
Recently.
I'm coming around on Cody for sure.
Yeah. I joke with my wife. I'm like, I'm gonna dye my hair blonde today and get a neck.
You should.
And she's like, no,
we'll get a matching one.
No, you're not. No, you're not. But there's this British wrestler from New Japan called Zack Sabre Jr. who also has like beach blonde hair now. And he has like punk music for his theme by this band called Mass Lines, which is pretty catchy.
I have to check him out.
But yeah, he's really good. He's their current TV champ, and all his matches are on YouTube for free, or at least the ones from his reign so far. And I could always send those over to you. But yeah, music is so important to wrestling too, and which I feel like it's kind of they still have their hits, but compared to the Attitude Era back then, it's
Just so iconic.
the important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've noticed that the Attitude Era had more of these instrumental sort of
Mhm.
themes, and now we're moving more towards like big rock songs. Or how did we
Yeah.
go all this time and not even talk about John Cena though?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That's
That's
a
true.
great theme.
That is a good
Oh
theme.
man.
That whole album in general, I've been listening back to. I think this is going to be a spoiler, but I think the album came out in May originally. I'm probably going to do, or Mustard and I are going to do My Time Is Now, or You Can't
That's
See
awesome.
Me, like album review for it. My wife hates Cena though, so I
Oh
can't like
no.
play Cena in the car because she just can't stand him. But no, My Time Is Now is classic. It's been memed, and once you've been memed, like
Oh yeah.
you've
But
made
that's
it. So
that's the thing. It's been mean, but he's actually a pretty good rapper.
he is, he is.
What an era for John Cena, that rap in the Too
Yeah,
Short era.
yeah, no, and I'm excited to see what he does. I think he got announced for another show recently in Boston.
Hmm.
So that we're excited to see what he does with that. But it is really solid, especially compared to Rest in Peace Macho Man, but like Be a Man Hulk, which is
Yeah.
a classic, which is a good one. But from like wrestling to rap, I definitely say he was one of the better ones for sure.
Oh yeah. He's definitely entertaining, and he knows how to
Yeah,
dance as well.
he does. He does. Yeah, yeah. No, Cena. Yeah, we can't not talk about Cena. I feel like though, like it's iconic, but I still kind of wish like we got a change somewhere within the time that he was in, on top,
Hmm.
because like his time was then, like
Yeah.
a newer theme, but it makes sense though as to why they kept it
Hmm.
for so long, so and continue to
Oh
use
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
Some other themes, other wrestling themes. Uh, Olay from El Generico, who
Yes.
is Sami Zayn, or used to be Sami Zayn, Bouncing Souls.
Hmm.
That one was a classic. That one is always fun to sing along to.
That's a good one. I always think of like Undertaker's theme too. Very spooky.
Oh yeah.
A lot of fun. Him
Hmm.
and him and Kane, or even like Batista. I like these themes that are associated with like these big flare entrances.
Yeah.
That's fun
Yeah. It
too.
definitely it adds a whole bunch to it.
Oh yeah.
And going back to Roman Reigns, like his theme, his whole presentation, everything is just like so well
Oh
done.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
never thought I would say that about Reigns, but I think between like all three Shield members, he's my favorite.
I think so for sure. And speaking of like how music gets you like pumped up, I always like the Hardy Boys' theme where they come out and
Oh,
they're
that's
like
class.
they're
Hmm.
going like this, and you can't help
Yeah,
but do it with them.
yeah, and I think that song's like in the public domain, which is even
Oh,
cooler.
that's
Like
cool. You could
anybody
come
can
out.
use
You
it.
could go to work like that.
I could,
You could.
I could,
You
I could.
should.
I work with some wrestling fans, so I mean I could. Um, they probably would enjoy that. So
You're just heating up your lunch in the community microwave. You just blast it.
that's I could do that. I could do
Yeah.
that. No, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. So wrestling themes, they're so important to the landscape of the entertainment industry. Same
Mhm.
with movies and films. When it comes to the Daily Drunk, do you have anything potentially like music related that readers can potentially submit stuff to or about? But we're speaking about music, and how the music and wrestling is so important to the characters and the stories and film and TV. When it comes to the Daily Drunk, do you have anything music related that readers can potentially submit stuff to or look forward to?
Yeah, we're so as everybody knows now, we're teaming up with Mustard, and we're
Mhm.
opening for a couple week period of submission called My First CD. So
Ooh, yeah.
so with Mustard, we're doing a nice submission period. We want to read pieces and poems and anything related to something about your first CD. Anything under 500 words, you can send it to the Daily Drunk Mag. Responses will be hopefully super quick. and we'll get them up on the site and everything. It's going to be a
That's
lot
going to
of
be
fun.
awesome.
Do you remember
Mustard
your first
and I
CD?
I do, and I'm not a big fan of this person much anymore. But the first CD that I remember buying with my own money was Kanye West's "College Dropout," and it's good memories of that CD, of the soundtrack itself. But just thinking about how he's progressed is that I'll leave that for another time. But yeah, to the College Dropout. How about you?
Oh, I think it was 50 Cent.
Nice.
Get Rich or Die Trying, the edited version from Walmart.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, I remember. Was it speaking of that CD? I think I was at a summer camp or something, and somebody had brought the unedited version of that CD to the camp, and we were all pretty young guys, so we were like, "Oh, what we can hear the curse words." Like, we can say that, we can listen to it, and we were like just blown away by it. And not to backtrack, but with Cena being like a younger Cena fan, hearing him curse on his album was like, what? Cena can say fuck shit and it's okay.
He does that.
It's wild. But Get Rich or Die Trying, that one. Yeah, I think that I had bought that one as well. G Unit, they Beg for Mercy.
Yes, it was that one.
I bought that one. That one I let a friend borrow, never got it back.
Well, I hope that friend's enjoying it.
I hope so. Hopefully the CD still works.
Right.
Hopefully the CD still works. But so that's awesome. So they'll be able to submit poems related to their first CD. And then on our end, Mustard will probably, pick some of them out and, review them and talk about Mustard's experience with them. Do something like that.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds awesome. So, and that will be up, and all the info for that will be in the description below. God, I hate myself every time I say that, but it will be in the description below. But no, that's really cool. It's really cool that they'll be able to submit poems and the writing under 500 words about the first CD. Do you have any final last words about why people should go check out the Daily Drunk or submit to the Daily Drunk?
Yeah, just check us out. We're on Twitter. We're a lot of fun. We post a lot of memes. Daily Drunk Mag.
Yeah,
I think we're just fun. Where we have a good time, and we have a good community, and so does Mustard. And it's great to see our communities finally coming together.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to see that, because before we started this whole thing, like you said, the memes and everything are just so well defined, and the community is so supportive on both ends, which is really nice. And we're excited to see them overlap.
I'm really excited.
And then maybe even some of the musicians will submit to the Daily Drunk.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Cool. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. But we thank you so much for being with us and joining with us. And we're so excited to see how this develops and what we come up with in the future. But yeah, go ahead and start writing for my first CD. And yeah, we're excited to see how everything comes out.
So excited. Thanks, everyone. Oh, wait.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, no, it's okay. Joining us, Shawn. It was a pleasure having you, and we're so excited to grow this partnership.
Absolutely. Same here.
Thank you again, everyone, and we will see you around.